story. Gather close, my children. Listen well. This is the tale of Adugo, the girl whose beauty drew every gaze, but whose heart taught a prince the meaning of truth. Long ago, in the quiet village of Omalemba, there lived a girl named Adugo. Graceful as the moon on calm water, and gentle as the morning breeze that wakes the yam fields. But life had not been kind. Her parents passed into the world of the ancestors, leaving her with no one but her shadow for comfort. Yet, the river does not abandon the stone it loves. She had one faithful friend, Chioma, who grew beside her like a twin vine on the same tree. They fetched water together, sang while pounding yam, and laughed under the moonlight. If Adugo was the flower, Chioma was the stem that held her upright. And when Adugo became a woman, her beauty blossomed like hibiscus after the rain. Men came from far and near, bearing goats, beads, and palm wine, hoping to win her heart. Adugo said to her friend Chioma, "A heart cannot be bought with gifts. It must be found with truth." Some called her proud, others said she waited for a man blessed by the spirits. But Chioma knew her friend's heart, gentle, wise, and longing for love that saw beyond her face. Far away, in the neighboring kingdom of Okuta, lived Prince Obis, son of a great king. He was handsome, brave, and rich, yet his heart was heavy. Every maiden who met him wanted the crown, not the man. So one day, he said to himself, "I shall leave my palace, hide my title, and go among the people as a poor traveler. Then I will find a woman who sees me, not my crown." He dressed himself in rags, smeared his face with dust, and carried a small calabash and staff. He left behind his guards and gold and walked the long road to Omalemba. One bright morning, as the sun spread golden fingers over the hills, Chioma walked to the river to fetch water. She balanced her calabash on her head and hummed softly, a song her mother once taught her. Along the path, a dusty stranger greeted her. "Chioma, smiling, and may your journey be blessed. You seem far from home, traveler." "Stranger, indeed. I seek rest and water. Is there a place in your village where a stranger may sleep?" Chioma, being kind at heart, replied. She didn't know she was speaking to a prince whose destiny had just met hers. When they reached the village, Adugo welcomed the traveler warmly. Though his clothes were torn, his eyes were calm, and his voice carried the weight of wisdom. She offered him food, roasted yam and palm oil, and a place to rest by her small hut. The traveler thanked her deeply and said, Adugo laughed gently. "And which do you seek, traveler, the eyes or the soul?" He looked at her for a long time before answering. Days turned into weeks. The traveler helped Adugo fetch water, mend her roof, and tend her small farm. Chioma often teased them, saying, "Adugo, this stranger works harder than our village men. Are you sure he is not sent by the gods?" Adugo would laugh. "If he is, then he has come to teach me patience." The villagers began to notice their closeness. Some gossiped, others smiled. But Adugo didn't care. She found joy in his presence, his humility, his laughter, his quiet strength. One day, the traveler fell ill. He refused food and water, saying softly, "If you knew who I truly am, you might turn away." Adugo knelt beside him and said, "Even if you were a beggar or a prince, it changes nothing. You are a man with a good heart, that is enough for me." The traveler smiled weakly, tears in his eyes. And he fell asleep. The next morning, the whole village awoke to the sound of royal drums. Dum, dum, dum. Men in shining garments marched through Omalemba, clearing the path. At their center rode a man on a white horse, tall, strong, and dressed in royal robes. It was the traveler, now revealed as Prince Obis of Okuta. Gasps filled the air. Adugo and Chioma stood frozen. He dismounted and walked to Adugo, bowing before her. "Adugo, will you be my queen?" The crowd roared with joy. Adugo's eyes filled with tears as she whispered. Chioma clapped and laughed, saying, The prince led Adugo and Chioma to his kingdom, where the wedding lasted 7 days and 7 nights. Dancers moved like wind over drums, and elders told tales of love that crossed disguises. Adugo became queen, but she never forgot her humble heart, her best friend, or the lesson the gods had written in her heart. So the moral lesson in this story: do not chase faces, my children, for beauty may fade. But a kind heart shines longer than the sun.